Hello everyone and welcome to the Chaos Rift. This is a video all about Elite Dangerous versus Star Citizen. We are covering ship handling for the sake of time, and I am covering 6 amazing ships today in the heavier class. In Elite's corner, we have the Viper, we have the Cobra, and the Asp Explorer. In Star Citizen's corner, we have the Freelancer, Cutlass, and Constellation. Now, I understand these ships are not exactly in the exact weight class, but I matched them up as best I could. We are starting off with the Constellation. This is probably Star Citizen's most iconic and exciting ship. It is a fighter, it is a courier. It can travel with you. It can do a lot of stuff. Now, don't mind the sparky dashboard. I crashed into things a little earlier before making the video, but the ship still flies really well, except when I do that.
Scanning.
As far as ships go, the Constellation at the moment is the largest ship the players can fly at the moment.
Radar contact. Stand by.
There are
Scanning.
many more bigger
Radar
ships,
contact.
but they're not released yet. The Constellation is also a fan favorite and also a Chris Roberts favorite, so it's going to get a little
Radar
bit of special
contact.
treatment.
Stand by. Scanning. Radar
And
contact.
you can see why. It is a really nice, versatile ship. It has pretty decent handling characteristics. It moves nicely. It looks great. It has turrets. It has guns. It has missile launchers, chaff. It has everything to blow shit up. And that's what we like to do. Now, as far as handling, it is a big ship, but it handles really nicely. Actually better than the Freelancer, which is a smaller, lighter ship than this. Which is actually kind of surprising to me. But as it's Chris Roberts' favorite, it's gotta have a little specialness. And look how well it rolls. I mean, I would expect a
Radar
ship this
contact.
size to roll a
Radar
little
contact. Stand by.
slower.
Scanning.
It does have its wandering, but you know, it's a big ship, so it drifts a lot. But it has really strong thrusters for its size in the class.
Collision alert. Front.
Now, because this is a special ship, we're gonna land in it. This is the only ship in the Star Citizen side that I'm going to demonstrate landing. Landing in Star Citizen right now in its current state is a pain in the ass. You bring up your landing computer like now. It shows you viable spots to land. I mean, you can also make your own if you want. Sort of like owning a Ferrari and parking wherever the hell you want. So you aim towards the docking pad and you hope you don't explode. That's basically landing. You put it in precision mode, you turn on your landing
Collision
computer,
alert. Low.
and
Weapons
you bounce
system
off the
landing
deck.
gear deployed. Collision alert. Rear.
Next ship up is the Elite Dangerous Asp. Now, if you watched any of my other videos, I've done extensive videoing with the Asp. It has been my personal ship for over a year now. I just recently upgraded to the Python, and I now fly a Cobra for smuggling. But the Asp, I've used it for a while. Now, being that the Asp is an all-purpose ship, it doesn't really do any single task really well, but it does a lot of tasks. It can be your smuggling ship, it can be your exploration ship, or your combat bounty hunting ship. It does have a pretty strong hull, as you know. You can see the shielding is pretty good too. Now, the exciting thing about making this video is actually that I've learned a lot of details about the stations. Normally, I get to a station, I see it, I dock. And then when I'm done docking, I leave. But these intricate little details, like a city outside the station, and chances are they're also living upside down because of the gravity's centrifugal force. But it's pretty damn neat. And I don't normally see that stuff. So, thank you for making me make these videos. Moving right along to the Freelancer from Star Citizen. This is another iconic ship. It's a beautiful ship, and right now the door doesn't work. I don't know if the ship is done yet, and sorry, the only way I know how to get in is from behind right now. Sounds more like a personal problem than anything. Now, the Freelancer is, as its name states, it's kind of like a smuggling, shipping, freight ship. Has some combat, as you saw on the wing, and a lot of missiles. The Star Citizen interiors of these ships are just absolutely fantastic, and they're not even complete yet. The Freelancer also has possibly the lowest visibility of all the ships.
Systems on.
That thing above it, it's in the way.
Flight assist disabled.
But hopefully you're not doing too much fighting in the ship and more or less just getting from destination with cargo. I would assume this ship, combat is not what you want to do. The guns and weapons and missiles are to get you the hell away from a situation as fast as possible. It is also not a ship for sightseeing because, well, I mean, you can barely see out of the cockpit.
Chat selected.
The ship is also out of handling. It's slower than Constellation, which is kind of weird. It's a little smaller and lighter than the Constellation. But this is more purely a smuggling ship than anything, really. You're not even really going to be able to do as much pirating in this ship.
Front collision.
The other thing about Star Citizen is each manufacturer has a huge difference in personality, voices, just everything, cockpit design.
Contact.
I'm getting a little more detailed than ship handling, but it's only so much I can talk about strafing and yaw and pitch.
Caution.
And moving right along, we have the Eagle in Elite Dangerous. It shares similarities to the Freelancer, as the entrance looks like it comes from behind. And it's a smaller ship, a light ship, and it also hands like a space battle. Now technically in Elite, this is supposed to be more of a lighter ship and more combat oriented. Personally, I think it handles like a slob too. The strafe is slow. But as like the Elite, all ships have really good roll. That's about their maneuverability, is roll and pitch up. Like that. Man, I'm really starting to sound bitter against Elite. It's like I've been playing this game for years now. But their ships just... Their small ships need to handle a little faster and lighter. In my personal opinion. Medium ships should handle like this, and then the bigger ships should be even slower than this. Star Citizen makes their light ships feel light and fast maneuverable, like nausea, vomit-inducing handling. And I really like that about it. And I think playing Star Citizen and making these videos have really made me really a little more jaded against the lead. My leaning has really started being biased towards Star Citizen, just because the way I just love how their ships are made. And that's the problem with making these videos, is I learned a lot. So moving right along, we're going to go to Drake Interplanetary Systems Cutlass. This is the porn star of ship makers. I mean, you play the game, you get all a little
Hello and
excited
welcome
hearing
aboard
the
your
girl
Drake
talk.
interplanetary craft. Your systems are online.
You're like, your systems are online, baby.
Launch complete. Landing gear up.
Launch it,
Contact.
big boy.
Starboard impact warning.
Oh, she just sounds like so dirty and erotic. I think the Cutlass is probably the naughtiest of ships. It needs a good spanking. So,
Now
getting back to
scanning.
the actual
Contact.
handling,
Now scanning.
she handles like a wet dream. She's a good ship. And the Cutlass is also a big ship, so it's a little slow
Front
and
impact warning.
it has its moments.
Deck impact warning.
It's very similar to an Elite Cobra
Front impact
or the
warning.
Eagle that we just saw. As far as ships, the Cutlass is actually it's an okay ship.
Front impact
I'm more
warning.
partial to ships that
Contact.
have like that
Now
really tight,
scanning.
fast handling.
Contact. Port impact warning.
Now this is actually kind of funny. I don't know where this guy
Impact
came from.
warning.
Just boom! Like,
Contact.
what the hell?
Now scanning. Starboard impact warning.
So now we got the Cobra. Back to Elite. The Cobra is actually it's a triangle. It's basically modeled after the Cobra from 1980 when it was just a polygon. It's an unexciting ship design-wise. It's the third most expensive ship for newbies. Sorry, I should say it's the third cheapest ship. This is the Cobra Mk3. This is my personal long-distance smuggling ship. I do all my Robigo slave trading through this ship. That's why it hence has no shields. It has the best afterburners. It has the best engines and thrusters. It's made to avoid scanning. And all my missions, ever since I got this Cobra build, have succeeded. Until I got tired and I just like let them time out. Now I remember landing back in with the Constellation at the very beginning of the video. This is landing in a Cobra, how Elite does it. I really like this method better. There's a guide, it shows you drop your landing gear, similar to precision mode. But that's all the time we have. This video has gone way longer than I expected. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe. There will be more now.